We just saw Fantastic Four First Steps. Was it amazing or
uncanny
or astonishing or
a tale to astonish?
Let's get into this.
Incredible.
Welcome to the Cinefanatics. My name's Robert Adams.
I'm Chris Adams.
And today we got a spoiler-free review for Fantastic Four First Steps. Let us know your thoughts, feelings, and opinions down below in the comments. While you're down there, hit like, subscribe, all those. Let's talk about this movie.
Don't want to waste any time, huh?
I don't want to. This was such a fun movie. It's about time we got a good Fantastic Four movie. And you know what? Everyone deserves it. The studios, the audience, the fans, we all deserve a good Fantastic Four movie. And I feel like we got one.
After having to put up with the other ones?
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to do a ranking video probably sometime this weekend, so I'm going to give my thoughts on, like, the other ones as well. But, yeah, I really enjoyed this. This was a lot of fun. The story was good. I love that if you had only watched the trailers and, like, if you deep dive into, like, all the Easter eggs and stuff from the trailers, it's kind of hard to tell where that movie was going to go because time is just so, like, off the rails.
Sue is pregnant at one point, then she's not. Thing has a beard at one point, then he doesn't. What is going on here?
The context, and this is all within the context of still waiting for Silver Surfer and Galactus coming to Earth and about to devour Earth, which in any other media that deals with the Silver Surfer and the coming of Galactus storyline is all happening within days.
Yeah.
So this is all being stretched to months.
Almost
and
a year.
It's weird how that time is going in this. But I like what they did. I felt like they did a good job without rushing it, but still keeping it very brisk, very enjoyable, had a good pace in it. It got a little dull there in the middle for me for a minute, but otherwise, I think it was a great pace for the whole way through.
Yeah, I mean, the pacing is definitely, they had to keep you invested in that. And, with the fact that you're dealing with these four characters, there's enough going on at any given point amidst the family that there's something happening to keep your interest. There's something happening to keep you glued. Whether it is action on screen or just the family dynamics of all four of these characters, because that is one thing that I feel like we've been missing from some of these other Fantastic Four movies is that family dynamic. Mm-hmm. It's not something that they really dived heavily into in the Tim Story ones, and I have yet to see Fantastic. I'll probably dive into that at some point.
You don't have to.
I don't have to.
You don't really have to.
I might still do it at some point anyway. If this video gets so many likes and so many comments, I'll watch Fantastic.
We'll just leave it at
if this video gets 5 comments
and 5 likes
and 6 likes, I will watch Fantastic.
We're still a young YouTube channel, I know. But some of the stuff in this movie, like, I like how, like what you're saying, they focus on the family.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good point. In a lot of the other movies really seem to be like, hey, here's 4 people that have superpowers and fight crime.
Well, in the Tim Story ones, like, you don't even have Reed and Sue married until, like, the second one they're getting married.
Yeah.
And then, like, Ben obviously is just a friend. Johnny is her brother, but, like, that's it.
But that's it. Otherwise, all we're doing is like, hey, these people have superpowers. They fight villains. Let's have them have superpowers and fight villains.
Yeah.
And we are ignoring the fact that they're a family. Like, there's no Vin Diesel in this.
No.
And like, that needs to be something that is the center focus of Fantastic Four. That's what made the comics so good. When they came out in 1961, it was shifting away from a lot of, like, your horror comics or your cowboy comics and all these other type of comics because they couldn't do superheroes for a while. We shift into that and we give a family dynamic to a group of superheroes instead of, like, Avengers just teaming up random superheroes for a team. And I think that's what sold it way back when, and that's what should be selling it as a movie now. And this movie gives us that family dynamic.
And I think that's good because you're kind of replacing the element of the origin in this movie. They briefly touch on it like you have with Incredible Hulk. You had the intro sequence was touching on Hulk's origin because we've already seen it. We didn't need to touch on Spider-Man's origin again. You know what it is. This one, they kind of briefly go through it in like a news segment or something like that. You get the brief introduction to what happened with them, how they got their powers. It's done in like a minute and a half.
I will say, though, I feel like that somewhere in that idea is like one of the few things that I didn't like about this movie. Is
You want the origin again?
I didn't necessarily want the origin, but I wanted it to feel more natural. Like, I don't feel like honestly, the trailer showed that there was a scene where they're being interviewed by like some news program, or whatever. That's not in the movie. It's not a spoiler, but that part from the trailer where they're walking around going, "We have dinner promptly at 7," not in the actual movie. And I feel like that is always a good way to help gently bring your audience into that world. I know it's a trope of a lot of movies and it can get tired and overused, but that was kind of something I was hoping to look forward to in this movie to help hold my hand as we lead into this new world with this new Fantastic Four family.
So what's happening is they just throw you right into this world already existing, with them having already gotten their powers. They've already been on that trip, come back. They are superheroes. The entire world loves them, which is one thing that is great about this movie, is that it has such great world building in that you are in this retro futuristic 60s, but is it actually the 60s, or is it like a modern era, since we're on a completely different Earth, which is not anything they shied away from really from the trailers. We kind of got the gist of that. But it makes sense because you have such a world-ending threat as like Galactus, and you only have these 4 heroes. Where are the rest of the heroes? Well, they don't exist in this reality. So you have the world just loves the Fantastic Four. They're on news programs. They're on late night shows. They are basically celebrities, but they still have that tight-knit family dynamic, and they do such a good job of, despite their celebrity status, they really do a good job of just like giving you that wholesome family values. We're sitting down to have dinner. We are doing that. And I think that is like the biggest benefit of this movie. On top of that, all 4 of the actors do such a great job and have such great chemistry with each other.
Yeah. And like almost everyone in this movie just does a really good job with their role. Before we dive into the actors, the other things I like, cinematography, they did a great job with making this world, as you were talking about.
Yeah.
It's retro, but it's futuristic, and I like the
retro futuristic.
The art how they do that. Like we saw some clips of how the city looks in the trailers. There's a shot at the very beginning of this movie that was not in the trailers, and it's an establishing shot of like the Baxter Building. It's the very first shot we see of the Baxter Building in this movie. Like the sun is setting and it's reflecting the sunlight off of it, and it looks gorgeous, like fantastic shot.
Nice.
You can't help but do that. I'm sorry, guys.
Improve your vocabulary.
I'm not trying to make puns, but I mean, it's just the best word to use for this. That looked good. The special effects. There's a lot of special effects that look very good.
Yeah.
Galactus.
Thing,
yes. Doing CGI Thing. I am a fan of the practical Thing costume that Michael Chiklis used. I think they did a phenomenal job with that. There's a couple of exceptions to that, like him wiping the bird poop off of his shoulder.
That was weird.
In the first Tim Story movie. That was kind of weird, but like otherwise, I think they did a good job doing a practical makeup and making it look like the Thing and making it believable. This one was just so much better.
Yeah, it works. He looks real. There's so much life and humanness in his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
They do such a good job of getting that tight close up on his face, and you can really see Eben Moss-Backrack's performance coming through Thing's face, which is that was an element you absolutely needed if you're going to have this character just be CGI the entire time.
Yeah. The only other one that I kind of had problems with, and I know you don't agree with me, is some of the shots of baby Franklin in this. Like, there's obviously some shots it is a baby. For me, there were a couple of shots that I felt very much, it looked like Renesmee, whatever her name is. Renesmee from the Twilight movies. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's just very weird. There's like a small, like, uncanny valley-ness to it that it took me out when seeing Franklin in this movie.
Yeah, I don't completely agree, but that might be, I just have to watch it
Go
again
back and watch it again. You'll see it. Yeah.
I felt like I was with it the entire time. Rounding out the 4 real quick.
Yep.
We've got Vanessa Kirby. Obviously, I know a lot of people have probably already been saying that she's the heart of the movie. She's absolutely the heart of the movie.
Yeah.
She's 100% the heart of the movie, and she is a pitch perfect Susan Storm. No shot against Jessica Alba, or I guess Kate Mara.
Yeah, Kate Mara in a bad wig. Jessica Alba wildly miscast, and for some reason we do nothing with her except try to get her naked in every movie.
Yeah,
we're not trying to get Vanessa Kirby naked in this movie.
No, in fact, she is such a pitch perfect. She represents all the ideals of Susan Storm.
Yeah,
she is got that motherly instinct, but on top of that, she is absolutely the emotional heartbeat of the movie.
She's got mommy energy.
Naturally, I mean,
but obviously. Yeah, she is the heart of all this.
And then you've got Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm, which that's one of those castings initially I was like, oh, that's strange, but in the movie, no, he's great.
They don't play him as cocky as like the Chris Evans Human Torch.
He's definitely a little more haphazard and fun, but he's also still just an intelligent character. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
he knows what like he is effectively a scientist along with the rest of them.
Yeah,
and I think they play that so very well, and I think Joseph Quinn plays that so very well.
Eben Moss-Backrack, as we were talking about, does
Perfect.
A solid performance working through CGI.
Cousin! There
is a couple of shots that we see of him primarily in flashbacks and news clips of him before the transformation, and it's Eben Moss-Backrack.
Yeah.
I mean, in a spacesuit.
Yeah,
so,
pretty much.
But yeah, to be able to nail that performance while working through CGI is fantastic. God, dang it. Can't help it.
And then you've got Mr. Fantastic himself. We got Pedro Pascal as Reed. Here's the thing. His performance as Reed is great. He embodies Reed exactly as Reed should be performed.
Mm-hmm.
Nitpicks aside, you might agree with me still here on this. I still don't think he 100% looks like Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah,
the way that I picture Mr. Fantastic. And that has nothing to do with things that you might be thinking. I just don't feel like I feel like we're looking at Pedro Pascal playing Mr. Fantastic, despite the fact that he actually does embody the role very well and portray Mr. Fantastic as a character the way he needs to be portrayed.
I'm going to give y'all a hot take. I honestly feel like, just look-wise, not acting-wise, so make sure y'all differentiate between what I'm saying here.
Yeah.
Looks-wise, every single person who has played Mr. Fantastic looks more like Reed Richards than Pedro Pascal. Like, even going as far back as Alex Hyde White from the 1994 Roger Corman one, looks more like, even
Miles Teller.
Miles Teller looks more like Reed Richards. Johan Griffith looks more like Reed Richards. Even John Krasinski from Doctor Strange, Method of Madness, or
Multiverse of
Madness, or Mom, whatever you want to call it. Even he definitely looks more like Reed Richards than Pedro Pascal. So Pedro Pascal is not nailing the look of Reed Richards,
but he is nailing the character.
I do want a little bit more, because I feel like a lot of this movie is him just flustered with how do we save Earth? Yeah. How do we defend against Galactus? How do we protect Franklin?
But that's Reed, because he's the smartest man alive, and at the same time, he is up against an issue that he doesn't know how to overcome.
And that's why I think it's kind of like how whenever in a movie you change sceneries, you usually have some kind of an establishing shot. We didn't get an establishing shot of really seeing Reed working as he normally does, like just spitting out like quotes and formulas and stuff. They tried to do that, but he's always under pressure and flustered in those moments in this movie. I want to see him in his element, working at his full capacity, which we don't get in this.
And then the other two, of course, we've got Shia LaBeouf, we've got Silver Surfer, fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
She's also Silver. I don't know. We're just naming parts of the comic. No, she's great. For what they're doing with Shia LaBeouf in this movie, I think they actually made the right choice going with her over doing the Norrin Rad Silver Surfer here. And I definitely I feel like there is still a lot of room to do a Norrin Rad Silver Surfer at some point.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
Relax, okay? It's okay. It's good. It works.
Yeah, I absolutely love Silver Surfer. It's one of my favorite characters from all of Marvel. I like the idea of switching it up and doing like Julie Garner as Shia LaBeouf this time versus the Norrin Rad. Because I do love Norrin Rad, but I like this little dynamic, especially because we're in an alternate universe. Mm-hmm. So I love
makes sense.
That. Absolutely.
It does actually make sense.
And then what I feel like is definitely the winner of this movie, the best casting, the best look, best everything in this movie has got to be Galactus. Ralph Ineson, the second that I heard that Ralph Ineson has been casted as Galactus, I was like, oh hell yeah, we've got gold on this casting with this. You hadn't seen too much from him.
I've seen enough. I watched Green Knight.
Yeah. And like I was familiar with him from The Witch.
Yeah.
In which case, like he's tall, he's got this very dark, deep voice,
very imposing voice,
very heavy accent. And I was like, he's gonna look Nope. He's gonna look great as Galactus.
He's gonna look Galactus.
He's gonna look Galactus in this.
Yeah, he looks pretty much just like that, except more of they got more realistic texture in terms of like cosmic stuff.
Again, this is a testament. No matter how you think about the MCU in general lately, the one big thing I love of what the MCU did is they made comic book characters realistic.
Yeah.
They brought the costumes over. They put Wolverine in the yellow suit. Finally, when Fox was so scared to do that, they finally are translating these one for one,
and it works.
And it works perfectly. The reason they didn't put Galactus in the Rise of the Silver Surfer, the Tim Story movie,
cost too much money.
One, it was going to cost a lot, and two, they were actually afraid that no one would take it seriously. Look how goofy this character is.
In a bright pink weird headdress and a pink and blue skirt.
And they put it in this movie with like the glowing eyes, like the purple eyes, and
he's scary AF.
Oh my god, they do such a good job on him.
He is absolutely terrifying.
I know, like one of the things you were saying, like the big issue, I want more.
Yeah.
I want more Galactus.
That is the one thing the movie leaves you wanting, and it's one of the downsides I'd say to this is that I needed more. I needed more from Galactus.
Like, I know Marvel's doing this one-off, like, Punisher special presentation.
Make Galactus show up in that.
I want... No, not that. That would be weird.
I'm going to shoot you with bullets, Galactus. Ha-ha. I'm the Punisher.
I want, do a Galactus, like a proper Galactus origin through that. Give us Talon from Ta. Show us how he get Ta to his spaceship.
Nerdy.
Just nerd out on Galactus. I want to see that and have Ralph Ineson playing the whole thing the entire time is so good.
Yeah, I think that they do a good job utilizing Galactus the way they used him in this movie. I want more. Hopefully we get more. Maybe we get more. I don't know. We'll see. But overall, fantastic villain.
Yeah. See, you can't help it either. God, y'all have no idea how hard it is to try to stay away from making a pun and just describing the movie.
I just want to be clear. I use the word fantastic despite even before this movie.
The one other thing I really want to touch... Oh, music was good. Let's talk about music real quick.
The Giacchino score is great.
The theme is really good. Guys, y'all, seriously. The other thing is Matt Shakman.
Yeah.
This movie was originally supposed to be directed by John Watts, who was coming off of the Spider-Man Homecoming,
the Spider-Man trilogy,
the Spider-Man movies. And I was like, I believe he could handle it. He did a good job with the Spider-Man movies. I want to see him take on Fantastic Four, and I thought that was a good solid choice. And then he stepped down. I'm like, oh, now here's where we're going to start having problems. Who are you going to get? Matt Shakman. I'm like, I liked WandaVision.
Yeah.
He did a really good job with WandaVision.
And if you think about it, WandaVision had that
family dynamic also.
Had that retro futuristic kind of style as well in at least a few of the episodes.
Yeah, so like in hindsight, now that I've seen the movie, thinking back, they knew what they were doing by making him the director.
Once again, why are we not trusting Kevin Feige?
Well, I mean, I could say most people would generally say, as of lately, there's been too many missteps to potentially trust him.
It's not his fault.
Yeah, Feige still...
COVID and strikes, not his fault.
Sure. Kevin Feige, I still believe, he's a fan first and a producer second. And that's what makes the MCU still chugging along.
He's a fantastic...
Stop it. Anyways, this was a really good movie. I had a blast with it. I had a big smile on my face. The whole time Galactus is stomping around New York, I'm ear to ear smiling. It's so good to get like the actual Fantastic Four with Galactus and whatnot. So yeah, overall, I very much enjoyed this movie. I'm eager to see, now that we have this movie kind of setting a tone for the Fantastic Four, what do we do with them? Obviously, they're going to do a sequel to this. They're going to be in Doomsday. There is a post-credit scene. Make sure you watch that.
Yep.
Or it's more of a mid-credits. There is something fun after the actual credits, so make sure you stick around for that. But like story-wise, there is a mid-credit scene that you want to catch.
Yeah.
because it was just cool. But yeah, I enjoyed this movie. It was so much fun.
Yeah, it definitely surpassed some of my expectations and kind of met a lot of my expectations. And what I was expecting was a really good Fantastic Four movie. And I think we finally got that. After all these years, we finally got a very great Fantastic Four movie. So, highly recommend from me. Sounds like a highly recommend from you.
Yeah.
Go see it.
Go see it. Big screen. If you got IMAX, Galactus on the IMAX screen is going to look good. It's going to look...
I'm tempted to go back to an IMAX to see it again.
Almost. I almost
tempted.
want to as well. If we have time, we'll see.
It looks fantastic.
But that's going to do it for this review. What did you think? Let us know down below in the comments. While you're down there, hit like and subscribe. Make sure you follow us on social media. We are at The Cinefanatics on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. You can follow me personally at RCA Reacts on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Letterboxd, and YouTube.com/@RCA Reacts.
And you can follow me at Chris Adams MLP on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. And I am going to be starting Twitch streaming again here pretty soon, so stay tuned for details on that.
Anyways, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you for watching. Again, we appreciate each and every single one of your videos. Keep an eye out for my ranking of the Fantastic Four movies this weekend.
We do appreciate your videos, yes.
What?
We appreciate your videos.
We appreciate yours, too. If you make some, let us know. Comment down below. I don't know. But we'll see you on the next video that you make or we make or someone makes.
It'll be fantastic. Bye. Train wreck.